All right, let's talk a little bit about absolute value inequalities that you learned from Algebra 1. This will be a pretty quick review. You're used to solving equations where you have an equal sign. So for here, we would subtract 1 from both sides, and we get 2x is equal to 8. Divide by 2, so you get x is equal to 4. So that's your answer. Now, if we had the same equation over here, except for we had an inequality sign. Remember, if it's pointing to the left, it's a less than problem. We would pretty much solve it the same way. We're going to subtract 1 from both sides. So we get 2x is less than or equal to 8. We divide by 2, and we get x is less than or equal to 4. Now on this, remember, if we have a line underneath our inequality sign, that's going to be a closed circle. So if we have less than or greater than symbol, those are open circles. That means it's not, the answer is not included. And if we have a line underneath our inequality signs, then that means that the number is included. Just to refresh your memory about that. Less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So when we go to solve this one, we would find positive 4. There is a line underneath it. So we would close in the circle, we would fill it in. X is less than, if you always read your variable first and you know which direction to point, less than points to the left. If we have an absolute value problem, again, an equal sign, then we're going to solve it. So we're going to subtract 1 from both sides, again, first. Then we're going to divide everything on both sides by 2. So we have x plus 5 is equal to 4. Now is where we have to remember whenever we have an absolute value problem. Remember, absolute value is just asking how far something is from 0. Doesn't care whether it's from the left of 0 or from the right of 0. So here we have to separate, and we're going to separate it by putting the word or here. So the first problem we're going to get by writing exactly what we have in the original problem, just omitting the absolute value signs. And we would solve that. And we get x is equal to -1. So we would have a closed circle because it's equal to. The or part now, we're going to take what's inside the absolute value sign, and we're going to set it equal to the opposite. So we're coming from the opposite direction. So the opposite of 4 is -4. And then when we subtract 5 from both sides this time, we get x is equal to a -9. So our answers are going to be positive 4 and -9 because it's an equation. It's equal to. Here, over here, when we have an inequality, it's going to be a little bit different. Again, we're going to subtract 1 from both sides, and we're going to divide by 2. Okay? So we have x plus 5 is less than or equal to 4. Again, we're going to separate it. We have 2 inequalities. Now, here's a hint. This is a less than. I'm going to write it funny, less than with the and. So whenever you've got your absolute value sign isolated by itself and you have a less than symbol, it's going to be an and problem. That's called a conjunction. And when you graph it, the graph should point between your two answers. So let's continue to set this one up. Exactly as it's written, just omitting the absolute value signs. Exactly what's inside the absolute value bars, flip your inequality and take the opposite. Because when we take the opposite of a number, it's like multiplying by a negative. And remember, if we multiply or divide anything by a negative, we have to flip our inequality sign around. So this now changes to become a -5. So x is less than or equal to -1. Subtract 5. X is greater than or equal to a -9. So we have the same answers that we had when we set it equal to. This time, we just have to make sure. If I'm looking at less than -1, that's going to point to the left. If I'm looking at greater than -9, that's going to point to the right. So what I'm doing is graphing everything between those two numbers. That is an and problem, less than. So let's try another problem. Notice I have my keyword here highlighted. That's an and problem, so it should be pointing between the two of them, okay? This one is a fraction, so I'm going to try to get my absolute value sign by itself, so that means I'm going to multiply everything on both sides by 2. That will cancel. That gives me x minus 3, absolute value less than 8. It's less than this time. Doesn't have a line underneath it. If it doesn't have a line underneath it, then when we graph it, it's just going to be an open circle. So from this, hopefully we learned that we're going to separate this, and we're going to separate it with the word and. So the left side is exactly what we have written, omitting the absolute value vertical signs. Second one is x minus 3, exactly what's inside here. Flip your inequality and take the opposite of the number. Now if we solve, we're going to add 3 to both sides. That's x is less than 11. Add 3, and we get x is greater than -5. There is no line underneath either one of these inequalities. So we're going to find -5, and we're going to go to the right. That's greater than -5. I'm going to add another line here. This is 11. So I'm going to have an open circle on 11, and it says less than 11. So I'm going to go to the left. So once again, it's between these two numbers. It's an open circle. It doesn't include -5. It doesn't include +11. It's an open circle. Let's try this one. First thing we want to do is get our absolute value signs by itself. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. So -3, absolute value x plus 1 is less than or equal to -21. Now, I'm going to divide both sides by -3. Here's one thing that you should make sure that you always remember. If we multiply or divide by a negative and we have an inequality sign, that switches our inequality sign. So now we have the absolute value of x plus 1 is greater than 7. Greater than, give you a hint on this one. Look at the way that I spelled it, greater. So what kind of word, what kind of problem is this one? Hopefully you recognize from the word that we're going to separate it with or. An or is a disjunction, so that means when you graph it, the graph should be pointing in opposite directions. So let's take it exactly as we have it written. X plus 1 is greater than or equal to 7. Let's take exactly what's inside our absolute value signs, flip our sign, and take the opposite. Now remember, we don't look at our greater than until we have our absolute value sign isolated, until that is by itself. That's when we look at it. We don't look at it in the original problem. Here I'm going to subtract 1. So I have x is greater than or equal to 6. Subtract 1. X is less than or equal to -8. So when I find my numbers, has a line underneath it, so it's going to be a closed circle. Closed circle on 6, greater than 6 is going to point to the right. Find -8, has a line underneath it. It's a closed circle, but less than -8 points to the left. Notice they're pointing in two opposite directions. That's your or. Now let's say that we have a graph and we want to write the inequality statement. So I've got two statements. I've got x, closed circle, points to the left, less than or equal to -8. And I've got x, open circle, points to the right, greater than +8. They're pointing in two opposite directions, so this is a disjunction, so it's separated by the word or. And that's how you would write that one. For this one, I have an open circle, so I have x is, and it points to the right, is greater than -7. Here I have x points to the left and it's a closed circle is less than or equal to 6. Because it points between them, it's an and problem. This is correct, but if you notice, we want all of the answers in between them. We can write it as one compound inequality. So I go from my smallest number, -7, to a +6. Notice this one has an open circle, so it doesn't have a line underneath it. This one is a closed circle, so it does have the line underneath it. This is what you'll see on your SOL test, and this is more of what you'll see when I start working out problems or writing out answers. If we go to solve this one, I'm going to multiply everything by 3 first. And it doesn't have to be just x. Then I'm going to divide everything on both sides by 2. All right, so when I go to solve this one, I have a greater. Remember how I spelled it? So that means it's an or problem when I separate it, okay? So we're going to go here, and we're going to separate our 2 by the word or. Take exactly the problem that we had originally. Take what's inside our absolute value sign, flip our inequality sign, and take the opposite. So here I'm going to add 5. So I have y is greater than or equal to 8. I'm going to add 5 here, and I get y is less than or equal to 2. So when I look at graphing, both of them have a line underneath it. So I'm going to have a closed circle on 8. Greater than 8 points to the right. I have a closed circle on 2. Less than or equal to 2 points to the left. They point in opposite directions. It's a disjunction. For this one, let's see if we can't solve these by doing a little math with some decimal numbers, okay? So I've got 68.8, and I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. That's going to give me 64.8. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And that gives me 32.4. Okay? So I've got my absolute value sign isolated. I've got it by itself. So what I need to do now is I need to separate it. So I'm going to look at my problem. This says my absolute value is less than. Remember how I spelled it. It's an and problem. So when we separate this, it's going to be an and. And notice it doesn't have a line underneath it, so they're going to be open circles. So I have originally what I had in my problem. Just forget the vertical absolute value bars. Take what's inside my absolute value sign. Flip my inequality sign around and take the opposite. All right, so I'm going to take my 32.4 and I'm going to subtract 9.3 from it. Negative 5m is less than 23.1. Now, again, here's the big problem we have to make sure that we remember. I'm dividing by a negative, so I have to flip that inequality sign around. So if I divide by a -5, I get m is greater than a -4.62. Okay? Up here, I'm going to subtract 9.3 from both sides. So negative 32.4 minus 9.3 gives me an, excuse me, negative 32.4 minus 9.3 gives me a negative 41.